Have your balls dropped?
Oof. No, that ain't it.
Have you seen others drop their balls?
Mhm.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's...
Oh, man.
Have you ever dropped anything? We all have, but not all drops are created equal. Some happen in the privacy of our own homes. I know when I was a new dad, we had just had our little boy, I wasn't prepared for the oncoming LeBron-esque arm flail flop that was ahead of me. Dude went over. I mean, it was like, bam.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it, son. You're fine. But some of these drops happen in front of over 60,000 people with cameras from all over the world watching. Now, those ones really suck.
What, mine didn't suck?
I mean, you got over it, right? You're okay. Let it go. You're fine. Anyways, back to drops. Now, here are the NFL league leaders in drops with a minimum of at least 90 targets in the 2022 season. Take a look at this list. There's a lot of high-profile wide receivers here inside the top 10. We got Ja'Marr Chase, Deebo Samuel, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Jalen Waddle, some up-and-coming guys like Devontae Smith and Brandon Ayuk, and then Zay Jones and Courtland Sutton just kind of sprinkled in there at the top. So you see these drops, and as you're watching games throughout the season, sure, you may realize immediately what you just lost on that one drop. But have you ever taken a look at it for the season and what kind of production could you have had for your fantasy football team? Well, let's take a look at their average yards per reception now for these same 10 guys. We got Zay Jones at 10.3, Cooper at 14.6, Ja'Marr Chase just over 12, 13 for Courtland Sutton, just over 11 for Deebo, 14 for Tyreek Hill, that's a big number, Stephon Diggs at 13.1, Devontae Smith 12.8, 12.9 for Brandon Ayuk, and then 18.7 for Jalen Waddle. That is a huge number when you consider the amount of drops that he had. So we have the drop totals. We have their average yards per reception. What does that look like in production? Thank you so much for asking. Here we go. We had Zay Jones lose out on 123 yards. We had Amari Cooper at 175, 122 for Ja'Marr Chase, 117 for Sutton. Deebo Samuel just over 100, 115 for Tyreek Hill. Got 104 for Diggs, 102 for Devontae Smith, only 90 for Ayuk, and then Jalen Waddle at almost 131 yards lost. But what does that equate to fantasy production? Well, when you use a half-point scoring format, a half a point per reception, plus the yardage here, these are the totals we lost out in fantasy points for these same 10 guys. And they're not huge numbers, but think about it. Could you at some point have used some of these extra fantasy points in any one of your matchups here this year? I mean, you're looking at Amari Cooper at 23 fantasy points, Jalen Waddle at 16.5. What about 17 for Ja'Marr Chase, 18 for Zay Jones? A few points here or there could have got you to the playoffs, could have got you a few extra victories, could have got you to the Mount Rushmore of fantasy football, and could have led you to some freaking fantasy football championships. Now, maybe it's just me. I, at times, would have loved to have a few of those extra points. I'm sure you did as well. So don't forget, the next time in life that you drop something, just remember that you're screwing somebody's fantasy football team in the process. Not really, but you know what I mean. Now, if diving into old stats and trying to see future stats is your type of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we got you covered all off season long.